We are back. It's been a couple weeks. I know, I'm sorry, but life happened. And life is a bit of a whirlwind sometimes. Things happen and I just couldn't get a video out, but I'm sorry. It's now Christmas. We're in the Christmas spirit. I know Christmas was 2 days ago, but at this exact moment when I'm filming, it's not Christmas yet. So I want to stay in the Christmas vibe, be festive. I have my red sweater on, the coziest one I could find because of course in the Cinderella attic it's quite cold. My little plaid skirt, very Christmassy, and of course the bow. I found my bow back, and this year was the year of the bow, so we're ending on a very strong bow note, I would say. Quite fun. I actually made this for my brand 2 years ago. I think I was just a little too early for it because now is the year of the bow, but whatever. We were ahead of the trend, now it's a thing, now it's a vibe. I think it will actually kind of come off soon because when I'm looking down and cutting, it falls forward a little bit, but that's a later problem. In today's video, I wanted to actually show you the full process of how I make the small little flower bag, and I need some more, but I showed you the full process already of how I make the jacket out of the old tablecloth. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it in the video up here. But now I want to make the flower bag out of this curtain that I found. That's actually quite a festive Christmassy color. Well, I already used some of it to make a bag actually. It's like this maroon kind of deep wine color. It's quite cute. I already made 2 of them and they both sold, so I feel like it's a hit. I should make more. I have 3 panels of fabric, so I just want to see which panel to use. Okay, well there's a lot there. And then I still have a whole nother curtain panel. This is great. Save this for a later project. Not gonna lie, it's already kind of hurting behind the ears more than just falling off. I never wear headbands that much, so it's hard to get used to that feeling behind your ears. If you wear headbands, you know. It was cute for a second. I have so many smaller pieces on here that are a little bit useless. I'm just gonna cut these off with my scissors and then we can use it later. It also just makes this piece much more manageable instead of trying to deal with all of this. There's nice pieces in here that I can cut the ties from. Use as much as possible, of course. Here's a little close-up of the fabric and the motif that it has. It's this floral motif, and it even kind of looks like an arrow, it points here. So obviously the fabric all goes that way, that's the top of it. So when I'm laying my pattern pieces down, I'm always also thinking about when the actual piece is in use, how it will look with the motif on it. I usually try to make everything point towards this side since that's where the flowers pop out of. What I kind of see as the front of the bag, if you will. So we're gonna lay it like this. Just marking the drill holes, and I use a white pen because it shows up better. So I got my pieces. Honestly, there's not that many. The main bag, the little ties, which you saw, and then the straps. I actually want to use this bag to go get some like flowers for my little Christmas lunch table setup. Those little cute berries on the sticks, and is it like those cedar things? Oh, I also need my bias strips, which I have conveniently already cut in half here. This is one of the best ideas I had, was to just cut a whole bunch, because it's not the most fun thing to do. So when I just dedicate a day to cutting bias strips, I love me just a little bit more in the future. Feels so good to sew again after like, I don't even know, a month of not sewing. So I'm really excited. Also, this is the thread that I got that perfectly matches the fabric. That was a very satisfying thread find. Now we need to just thread the machine. I already have my bobbin. Let's just give everything a quick little press, and we can start sewing. Pressing the straps. These are the little ties that I have to make so you can actually close the bag. But I do it in a couple steps, because if you've seen the other video I did of my 9 top tools, the strap puller was one of them, but it doesn't quite work on this like material. It just doesn't like slide through. So I decided to do my straps a different way. First, I press it in half. I then fold in the sides into the middle. Once that's pressed, I then fold it in half so the raw edges are inside, and then I do that edge stitch with that edge stitch foot that I also showed in that video, and then that's how I do my straps. It's a lot of pressing and a lot of like small finger work to get it all to stay consistent. That's the hard part, I think, is like keeping my straps consistent, but if you do it enough times, you can do it. Okay, I just come back from lunch. Had some pasta, but I was too cold, so I put on some of my pajama pants. So these straps are now done. As you can see, they just need a cute little press. And then I do a similar thing with the big straps as well. I just press in the sides, fold it in half, and then stitch along the edges. So that's what we're working on next. The straps are done and pressed. Next step is to do the bias around the edge of the flower bag to give it a nice clean edge. I have to attach all the straps. I got my little pin bucket, and remember I used the white pen before to do all the drill holes. This is where it comes in handy, because I did all the markings for the strap, so I can easily just find the dot and put down the strap. Near the end, just have to sew some of the straps on. As you can see, it's quite a simple process. It's just very like technical. This takes a lot of work because everything has to be very exact. So the bag is done, but I'm not showing you yet because there's actually another little craft I want to do for my little Christmas table spread, so I thought I would share it with you. I already made them last night, but I still need to paint them. They're little like candlestick holders. I wanted them to look kind of rough, like they're just like squished together, like a child made them. That was the aesthetic I was going for. Rough and artistic, I guess. And they all have little bows. Well, one of them I didn't put a bow on because I feel like maybe 4 bows is too much, but 3 bows is perfect. And then I want to paint them really cute. I'm going to paint them this blue color. You can see here, it's actually very similar to my brand blue.